Today, I am thrilled to share with you the newest iPhone. This is iPhone 11, the next generation of iPhone, and it is jam-packed with great new capabilities and an incredible new design. To tell you all about iPhone 11, I'd like to invite Cayenne to the stage. Cayenne?
Thank you, Tim. The innovations in iPhone 11 are truly remarkable, and that starts with the design. iPhone 11 has a beautiful anodized aluminum and glass design. And that glass, it's the toughest ever in a smartphone on the front and back. And the glass that surrounds the camera has a sculpted 3D geometry, and it was precision milled down from a single piece of glass to achieve this elegant look. iPhone 11 comes in 6 new colors with an all-new purple, white, yellow, green, black, and product red. It has a 6.1-inch liquid retina display with True Tone, wide color, tap to wake, and haptic touch in even more places with iOS 13, like contextual menus. Now, videos are wonderful to watch on this display. And now we have spatial audio, which provides an immersive theater-like experience by creating a sound field around you using an Apple-designed virtualizer. And we support Dolby Atmos for an incredible sound experience. Now let's talk about camera. iPhone is the world's most popular camera, and it gets even better with iPhone 11. We have an amazing dual camera system with an all-new wide camera, with a new sensor with 100% focus pixels for faster autofocus, 3 times faster in low light. And we have a new ultra-wide camera with a 120-degree field of view. This will let you capture way more in your photos and videos. Because now you can take a wide camera shot like this, but switch to the ultra-wide to reveal the still. Yes. You can now see the beautiful framing by Mother Nature, but the details still are there in the sky, the rocks, and the sand. This is doing an optical zoom out 2x, so you can capture way more without moving. So now, when you're taking a wide camera shot, you'll see our new immersive camera interface that lets you see outside the frame, hinting at a bigger shot. Then you can simply tap to switch to the ultra-wide, revealing more of your scene. This is great for these epic landscape shots where you can see edge to edge all this detail. And it's also great for tight spaces where you can't physically back up, but the ultra-wide lets you do that, revealing more of your story. You can use an angle like this to take a heroic and dynamic shot, because the ultra-wide can elongate your subject, yet keep all these details sharp from her red dress all the way to her face. Now, these are some examples of great ultra-wide photos. We've also updated our image pipeline, which processes over 1 trillion operations per photo. And it's got our image signal processor, and it has our neural engine for machine learning. And now we've added semantic rendering. This allows us to more intelligently detect subjects and relight them with detail, so they look even better. Now, we use this across your photos, including in our next-gen Smart HDR. You can see the gorgeous smile in her warm face, accentuated by the backlit sun. Now, we're using multi-scale tone mapping, so we can treat highlights differently in different parts of the image, depending on what's best for them. Now, it works here in portrait mode, and people love taking portraits on iPhone 11. And iPhone 11 has this wide-angle camera, so you can take these beautiful wide shots of portraits for people. But now with 2 cameras, we have stereoscopic depth, So now you can also take portraits of your favorite pets. Yay, pets! And you can also use creative depth of field for shots like this. Now, we have a new portrait lighting effect, and that's high key mono. You can take a stunning studio quality portrait like this from a pretty ordinary background. All right, let's talk about night mode. This is for those very low light environments, like outdoors at night or inside a dimly lit restaurant. And night mode comes on automatically when it's dark enough to brighten photos and reduce noise. Here's an image with night mode turned off. Here it is with night mode turned on. We determine the image fusion time and use adaptive bracketing based on what we see in preview. So shorter frames if you have subject motion, or longer frames if you have deep shadows to recover them. Then we intelligently fuse images together, reducing motion and blur. So now when you're taking photos and you decide you want to take a quick video, simply tap and hold the shutter button to record a video. You can do that without changing frames. So video really shines on iPhone 11. In fact, it has the highest quality video ever in a smartphone. This is enabled by our real-time processing across our camera hardware, our software, our video encoders, and our chip. So that's the amazing dual camera system on iPhone 11, with a new wide and ultra-wide for 2x optical zoom out, night mode, a brighter flash, next-gen smart HDR, and the highest quality video. It will change the way you take your photos and videos. We've also updated our front TrueDepth camera to a wider 12-megapixel sensor. So now you can still take your 7-megapixel selfies as you normally would, but simply rotate to landscape to capture even more people using that wider sensor. Also on the front camera, we've added 4K video with extended dynamic range up to 30 frames per second. And you can also capture on the front at 4K 60 as well. Now we've also added slow motion video to the front camera for the first time. Now we think this is going to be really fun. It's so fun that we created a little ad about it, and we couldn't resist showing you. Okay, so we want this to inspire you to go take some awesome Slofies, because we can't wait to see them. All right, now so much of our great camera is also enabled by performance, and iPhone 11 has leading performance for your everyday to the most demanding tasks. In fact, our Apple-designed chips have led the industry for many years. Ben says the A12 is so far ahead of the industry that it will still be competitive with the best Android smartphones in 2 years. Well, now we're introducing the A13 Bionic, the next generation of our industry-leading chip. So if you look at CPU performance, with the iPhone XR's A12 Bionic chip, it still leads the pack in terms of the latest smartphones and chips. Well, the A13 Bionic is just going to extend that lead even further. The A13 is the fastest CPU ever in a smartphone. And that's great, because everything you do every day from morning till night makes use of the chip. So what about graphics? Well, if you look at the A12, still leading the pack in GPU performance. And the A13 Bionic is just going to get even faster, because the A13 Bionic is also the fastest GPU ever in a smartphone. And to show you more about that, because this is great for mobile gaming, I'd like to introduce Giant Network. They're the force behind some of the most popular mobile games in China. And now with their studio, Tipsworks, they're preparing to release their first global title. It's called Pascal's Wager, and I'd like to introduce Yang Yang, the founder of Tipsworks.
Thank you. We have been working on an exciting action role-playing game. Let's take a look. Pascal's Wager is a dark fantasy action game. You will take on the journey through a massive world. The game happens in a place that is surrounded by eternal darkness, and the humans must make a path by staying close to giants that illuminate. You will notice the fantastical creatures, which look amazing with Metal 2 shaders. Players can select one of 4 characters and can change throughout to use different skills. Now we've changed it to Benita, whose powerful whip can take on enemies mid-range. We spend hours recreating the perfect sounds of footsteps, chains, and even blades clashing. Details are clear with the iPhone's spatial audio. Let's watch as Benita fights this monster. As we trail the owl, we see the benefits of post-processing effects, including anti-aliasing and bloom, which are only possible with the GPU of the new iPhone. With an incredible 60 frames per second of smooth performance, which comes in handy as we keep evil at bay. Speaking of evil, our hero could use some help. We don't want to spoil anything. This is a preview of Pascal's Wager. Pre-order exclusively on the App Store next month. Thank you.
So I just have to say how remarkable it is that a game like that with those kinds of phenomenal graphics can run on a small and powerful chip in the palm of your hand with A13 Bionic. So just kudos to that and our incredible silicon engineers. We can't wait to see Pascal's Wager and what else other developers will come up with the A13. All right, so battery. We know that battery life is really important to customers. And last year with the iPhone XR, we already had the longest battery life in an iPhone ever, and it was a big leap and our customers loved it. So with the advancements in iPhone 11, it'll still have an hour more than battery than in your iPhone XR for incredible battery life. The advances in iPhone 11 really touch areas that customers experience every day. This is innovation that matters. Powerful dual camera system, night mode, and things we didn't even have time to talk about, like faster Face ID, water and dust resistance, wireless charging, Wi-Fi 6, and more. We think customers will love iPhone 11. We think this is an amazing phone that everyone will love. Thank you, and now back to Tim.
Thank you, Cayenne. The new iPhone 11 is simply amazing. We designed it with our customers in mind, and it will impact their lives in meaningful ways every day. But we didn't stop there. For our customers, that want the most sophisticated technology that really pushes the limits, we've created something truly special. And I'm thrilled to introduce it to you now. Thank you. Yeah. This is the iPhone 11 Pro, and these are the most powerful and most advanced iPhones that we have ever built in a stunning new design. I'd like to invite Phil up to tell you all about them. Phil.
Thank you, Tim, and good morning, everyone. How you doing out there? Well, this is the first phone that we've called Pro. And for us, that means it's a device that pros can count on to get their work done. But it's also a product for all of us who want simply the best product made, even if we're not a pro. So let's talk all about it. We'll start with this incredible, stunning new Pro design. This is the most advanced and detailed iPhone we've made yet. It's made of a surgical-grade stainless steel. That back is a single piece of machined glass with an optical PVD coating. It is a beautiful new matte textured finish that looks great and feels awesome in your hand. iPhone 11 Pro comes in some gorgeous new finishes. This is an all-new midnight green. There's a very pro space gray, a beautiful silver, and a new gold. These are incredible. All right, let's talk about this Pro display. It comes in two sizes, 5.8 inches and 6.5 inches. They have the highest pixel density of any display Apple makes. Our Super Retina display is the most advanced we've ever built into an iPhone. It's a new OLED panel that has 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, P3 wide color, true tone, haptic touch, and now a much brighter, up to 1,200 nits. That's incredibly bright while also being 15% more energy efficient. Now, this incredible new display has a level of brightness, contrast ratio, color, and detail. Well, really, it's the experience that we're building into the new display for the Mac Pro. We call that the Pro Display XDR, and now that experience is being built into an iPhone. In addition to that, it has the spatial audio sound that Cayenne told you about. It has HDR10, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. So we decided it's worthy of a new name. We call it the Super Retina XDR display. All right, let's talk about performance, a pro-level performance. As you know, our A-series chips have kept Apple ahead of the industry for years now, and the A13 Bionic is going to extend that lead. Well, to tell you even more about the A13 Bionic, I'm really excited to bring up Sri Samthanam. He's our Vice President of Silicon Engineering. Sri?
Thank you, Phil. Hello, everyone. Our engineering team at Apple has been designing chips for iPhone for over a decade. And today, I'm excited to talk to you about A13 Bionic, our latest creation. And we have touched everything. Now, at Apple, we have the benefit of owning the entire vertical stack, the software, the system hardware, and the chip design. And we work together to optimize every block on the chip, all the way from the transistor up through the package design to work efficiently for iOS and iPhone. We've touched so many things and improved so many things in the A13 Bionic, but today I'd like to talk to you about two specific improvements, machine learning and low power design. First, machine learning. We use machine learning all throughout iPhone. And in our chips, our CPU, GPU, and neural engine are all optimized for different types of machine learning workloads. And in A13 Bionic, we made them all faster for ML, particularly the CPU. We added brand new machine learning accelerators in our CPUs. These accelerators are built to run matrix multiplication very fast. That's an operation that's used frequently in ML computation. These dedicated accelerators allow the CPU to process matrix math operations up to 6x faster, making the CPU capable of over 1 trillion operations per second. Now, as developers experiment on the bleeding edge of ML, the CPU can accelerate these nascent evolving models. In addition, the chip works with our latest generation of the Apple-designed machine learning controller, so that ML models can be automatically and seamlessly scheduled on the CPU, GPU, and neural engine, balancing efficiency and performance. Together with iPhone 11 Pro, this creates a fully integrated platform where developers can do some incredible things, like natural language processing, image classification in photos and videos, and character animation and people occlusion in AR apps. All of this makes iPhone 11 Pro the best machine learning platform in any smartphone. The second thing I'd like to talk to you today about is how we lowered the power of the A13 Bionic. It is our most efficient chip to date. And here are a few reasons why. First, it starts with the transistors, the fundamental building blocks of our chips. An A13 Bionic uses an advanced, improved second-generation 7-nanometer transistor, the most advanced in the industry. And we carefully tailored each transistor for high performance and low power. And we did this with over 8.5 billion transistors. That's the most we've ever put into any iPhone chip. But it's not just the sheer volume of transistors. To get both high performance and low power, you need great architecture. One example of that is our Apple-architected high-efficiency CPU cores. These cores are the most efficient place to run lightweight tasks and powerful enough to use most of the time, giving you great battery life. Finally, at the design level, we apply many low-power design techniques to increase the efficiency of our design. For example, we have hundreds of voltage domains in the chip, so we light up only the sections of the chip that need to function at any given time. But that's not all. We have hundreds of thousands of clock gating domains, so we only turn on the smallest amount of logic in the chip, dramatically reducing power. The result is our highest performing, most efficient design ever. All of our cores, CPU, GPU, and neural engine, are all up to 20% faster. In addition, at the same time as we move performance up, for those applications and tasks that don't need more performance in the A12, we were able to reduce the power of all our engines. For example, our GPU by up to 40%. All of this translates to great performance and battery life for our customers. And in addition, combined with the thermal design of the iPhone 11 Pro, we have our best sustained performance ever. And that's A13 Bionic. It is our most efficient, most performant chip we have ever built for iPhone. We can't wait for our customers and developers to see it in action. Thank you, and back to Phil.
Well, thank you, Sri. So what has our team done to help the battery keep up with this incredible level of Pro performance? Well, we are so excited to tell you that with iPhone 11 Pro, you now get up to 4 hours longer in your day. And with iPhone 11 Pro Max, up to 5 hours longer in your day. And we're also including our fast charge 18-watt adapter in the box, so you can charge them all faster too. So, I know what you're waiting for. I am too. Let's talk about the cameras. No question, my favorite part about iPhone. This is the first iPhone that we've had, a camera system that we call Pro, and it's really worthy of this name. So what does it have? First, it has a new wide camera that has a fast f1.8 aperture and focus pixels that cover 100% of the sensor. It is a new telephoto camera with a larger f2.0 aperture. It lets in 40% more light. And has a new ultra-wide camera with a super wide 120-degree field of view and a tremendous range of focus across the entire image. Now, all these work together with the A13 Bionic chip and its new generation image signal processor. And that enables a whole new level of photography, pro photography. And you're just going to love it. So let's go to some of the things it does. First, with the telephoto camera and the ultra-wide, you have the ability to zoom in 2 times and zoom out 2 times. That's a 4x optical zoom range. With these 3 cameras, you have incredible creative control. So for example, you can use the telephoto and get in close on your subject to really zoom in on it. Or you can use the wide to tell a bit more of a story. Or you can pull all the way out to the ultra-wide and reveal the full surroundings. And you can take all 3 shots from one vantage point. Now, we've given iPhone 11 Pro to some pro photographers to use to see what they can do with this incredible new camera system. And first, they absolutely love it, and they are excited to share with you some of the photos they've taken. So we've picked from all the incredible shots they've taken, 6. We're going to go through 6 shots that pros have taken to show you some of the different cameras and what's possible, and they're just stunning. And here's a perfect one to start with. Look at this image. It is shot with the wide camera, shot by Jordy Wood. Shot it in a perfect named place for this photo, Peekaboo Canyon in Kanab, Utah. That's just the awesome name for this. Look at the eye, the detail in the eye, the details in the eyelashes, the incredible skin tones. This is a great photo to show the power of this new camera system. Here's another shot, very different kind of shot, also taken with that wide camera. This was shot by Jake Michaels in LA. You can see he caught a moment frozen in time. The fast shutter speed can capture the light just bouncing off those frozen water droplets. And it uses our black and white pro-level image filter, which gives incredible tonal grayscale to it. All right, now let's switch over to the telephoto. Here's an incredible shot taken by Francesca Allen out in Malibu. Just see incredible image clarity, stunning environment. Skin tones are beautiful, shot by natural light. And that's just the natural depth of field of that aperture with f1.8, f2.0. It is amazing. And the blues of the sky and the water, just stunning. So now let's look at a portrait mode shot of the telephoto camera. It's very different than what you would take. This is backlit, a backlit portrait mode telephoto shot by Jake Michaels. And you just see the incredible silhouette, but so much detail in the hair. Look at the blue and gold backlit, just such vibrant colors. A stunning image. All right, now let's look at a photo taken with our new ultra-wide camera. Jake Michaels took this down in Venice Beach over a skateboard park. How did he take this? Got up on a cherry picker, 50 feet above the ground. I think many of us would be a little nervous doing that, but for us, he did it. Took a shot down with the wide angle, the super wide camera. Just see this incredible abstract image. Looks stunning. The focus is incredible because of the depth of focus of that camera. All right, one more example. This is shot with the ultra-wide by Kiara Zonka. Shot this in Arizona. See this amazing contrast between the lights and the darks and the midtones. The sky, the landscape is just surreal. This is just this otherworldly kind of shot that we'd all love to get. So those are 6 examples of photos using the 3 cameras, what pros can do if you put it in their hands with their incredible talent. It's amazing stuff. Well, now what we want to do, let's talk. Now we want to give you a sneak peek of a new feature coming in the camera that will be available with a software update this fall, but it's so cool we had to tell you about it. It's using the neural engine of the A13 Bionic to create a whole brand new kind of image processing system. We call it Deep Fusion. And this is so cool. So to tell you what it's doing, I'm going to do that while we look at an image. So this is a photo that was shot on an iPhone 11 Pro using this Deep Fusion technology. And this kind of an image would not have been possible before. We use machine learning to take this photo in low to medium light, and it's unlike anything possible with an iPhone camera before. So what is it doing? How do we get an image like this? All right, you ready for this? What it does, it shoots 9 images Before you press the shutter button, it's already shot 4 short images, 4 secondary images. When you press the shutter button, it takes 1 long exposure. And then in just 1 second, the neural engine analyzes the fused combination of long and short images, picking the best among them, selecting all the pixels, and pixel by pixel, going through 24 million pixels to optimize for detail and low noise, like you see in the sweater there. It is amazing. This is the first time a neural engine is responsible for generating the output image. It is computational photography mad science. It is way cool. All right, now let's talk about video. iPhone 11 Pro is a powerful new video camera system. All 3 cameras shoot 4K, 60 frames a second, extended dynamic range video with beautiful highlights and shadow details. So, of course, we gave iPhone 11 Pro to a professional cinematographer and director and asked them to take it to a backlot in LA, shoot something, and show us all what's possible with this brand new camera system. And that's what we want to show you now. Isn't that incredible? That was not only shot, but also edited entirely on iPhone 11 Pro by Director of Photography Guillermo Garza and Director Diego Contreras. Thank you, guys. That is just stunning video. And the team works hard to make sure that you can get consistent image capture across all 3 video cameras. We actually paired the 3 cameras right at the factory, calibrating them for color and exposure. And then all the time while you're using them, we actually do some smart things like we, in real time, take data from the camera you're shooting with and prime the other cameras automatically for autofocus, auto exposure, color temperature, even tone mapping. So you can get a smooth transition across all 3 cameras while we minimize any shifts in color or exposure. And for pros who want to edit this video quickly on device, now with iOS 13, we have new advanced video editing features built into the Photos app. So you can do things like edit a video for exposure, color temperature, even cropping and scaling, right in the palm of your hands. So this is the new camera system in iPhone 11 Pro. We think pros are going to love it. We're all going to love it. It is incredible. New wide, ultra-wide telephoto cameras, our highest quality video ever, 4 times optical zoom. New smarter HDR, new night mode, on and on. It is an incredible. We even have redesigned the camera app. There's a new font in it called SF Camera. It is so pro. You're going to love using it. Now, on top of all of this, iPhone 11 Pro is really the only pro camera with a native app ecosystem. The App Store has over 30,000 photo and video apps, so you can do just about anything you can imagine right on device. So a great example of this is Filmic. They make a great app called Filmic Pro that makes it possible for award-winning directors to push the boundaries of what's possible with cinematic filmmaking on iPhone. So we're really honored to invite up their CTO, Christopher Cohen, and along with them, director of acclaimed films The Florida Project and Tangerine, the first theatrical trailer shot entirely on iPhone, Sean Baker. Welcome, guys. Thank you, Phil.
I shot Tangerine on iPhone using Filmic Pro, and I've been working closely with Chris and the Filmic team ever since. Now, every shot has the right lens. As a filmmaker, it's my job to figure out which lens that is. On set, I use a tool called the Director's Viewfinder. It helps me find a frame and choose focal length. Filmmakers have been doing it like this for nearly 75 years.
But what if you could use what we're all going to have in our pockets? We're delighted to preview the next version of Filmic Pro. It's going to move filmmaking forward. Let's take a look at the next generation of lens selection. We've divided the viewfinder into individual feeds, visualizing every field of view available on the new iPhone. With the new A13 and the higher sustained performance of the new iPhone, you can shoot with our most complex capture pipeline up to 5 times longer than before. But now you can shoot with multiple cameras at the same time, giving filmmakers even more options.
And I love that because it's totally transformative. With 2 cameras rolling in Filmic Pro, I get twice as much coverage on the same take, reducing my number of takes and giving me more options in post.
To facilitate that, we employ a compound overlay, representing the primary and secondary cameras. While both are being recorded simultaneously, I can focus in on my A cam to compose or back out to see my widest field of view.
I'm always excited when I see evolution in filmmaking style and craft, and this multicam feature will give me new creative options for covering scenes, such as how I would approach the traditional shot reverse shot.
That's right, Sean. We can even couple this incredible ultra-wide camera with the front-facing camera.
This enables me to capture the organic and intimate interaction between 2 individuals in one unbroken take with a single unobtrusive device. So I can literally take the audience and slap them right in the middle of a conversation. It's not only incredible for narrative storytelling, it will be wonderful for documentaries and journalism as well.
The ability to record multiple videos, this amazing sustained performance, and this incredible ultra-wide lens, it's all in one device. It's going to change this industry. The all-new Filmic Pro will be available later this year, only in the App Store. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Christopher and Sean. So this is iPhone 11 Pro. In addition to the triple camera system, A13 Bionic, longer battery life, faster charging, new designs. There's also faster cellular, better water resistance, stronger glass, and so much more. We think this is the most exciting iPhone we've made yet. We've made a video to tell you just a little bit more about it.
Introducing iPhone 11 Pro. Every detail has been used as an opportunity to set new standards in design, quality, and engineering, ensuring it will deliver uncompromising performance in any situation. At the core of the iPhone 11 Pro design is a stainless steel structural band and a 3-dimensional glass back, made from the toughest glass in a smartphone. It's sculpted from a single solid sheet, reinforced down to the atomic level, and then brought to life in one of 4 textured matte finishes. The enclosure is designed to withstand what life can throw at it. Rigorous testing and refining have helped create a durable, dust, and water-resistant iPhone. The Apple-designed A13 Bionic chip is the most ambitious to date. It's the fastest chip ever in a smartphone, yet more efficient than ever. And with new optimized batteries that give you up to 5 extra hours in your day, you get more pro performance in an iPhone for longer than ever. The triple camera system combines cutting-edge technology with the extraordinary ease of iPhone. The redesigned camera interface complements the new hardware with a more immersive and intuitive experience. Telephoto, wide, and new ultra-wide cameras. You can now view 4 times more scene in your photos and videos with the ultra-wide. All-new night mode allows you to capture images never before possible on an iPhone in drastically lower light. The highest quality video in a smartphone is now even better. With extended dynamic range now at 4K at 60 FPS, you can record pro-quality video at twice as many frames per second. Editing tools previously reserved for photos now make editing your videos a pro-level experience. Perfect and then play back your footage on the new Super Retina XDR display that has the highest pixel density of any Apple device. Privacy is built into every iPhone from the ground up. From iOS 13 to Face ID, the most secure facial authentication in a smartphone, which now works from greater angles and is even faster. This new line of iPhone has been pushed to extremes like never before, ensuring that each part is worthy of the name iPhone 11 Pro.
So iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 are made to be designed free from these harmful materials and, of course, to reduce their impact on the environment. And this is so important to us. That's why I bring it up every time. We want to keep pushing the boundaries of this. iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro are our most advanced phones. I think everyone's going to want to show them off, and some people like to protect them with cases. So we have a new line of cases for them as well, including clear cases for all three models, so you can show off your beautiful new finishes. So iPhone 11 Pro will start at $999, and iPhone 11 Pro Max at just $100 more at $1099. You can pre-order all of them starting this Friday at a new time, 5 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so if you can get a few more hours of sleep and then get in line to pre-order. They'll all start shipping on September 20th. So this is our lineup of 3 new iPhones starting at $699, $999, and $1099. In addition to that, we're going to keep iPhone XR in the line starting at just $599, and iPhone 8 at $449. So there's a lot of great options for people at all different price points. So that is our news today on iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro.